Hello Virgo, kia ora koutou katoa, welcome to my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page if you've come across this video on Facebook. So I was just going to move my glasses somewhere else, but turns out I can't move there because that shelf is full of crystals. So anyway, you maybe that you're looking around for something or to put something. And on saying that, we're coming, we're just talking about that. It's like, but you've got no room to put anything over there, or you may have, or there may be just that you've filled up that space. So, and maybe some of you, I feel like there may be a reluctance to move on or to move forward with something new in your life or something different or something that you've been putting off. So it's like when I say full, yes, that shelf is full or that cupboard is full. Doesn't mean, because I'm also hearing decluttering as well. Maybe there are some things in there that need to be moved. But the other side of that too is like what I'm feeling is some of you have outgrown the situation as well. So there may be something that actually has you have feeling, or maybe kind of feeling fulfilled that you've done what you need to do there, but there may be a resistance of moving there in the sense that it may be you may be feeling quite comfortable there, and it may be like a money thing or that regular money coming in for some of you it could be a job that are reluctant to moving out of and moving into another one, or moving out of into something that is stable and secure. And some of you that isn't so stable and secure, then there may be something emotionally going on with some of you within the workplace as well. But there's still a hesitancy in releasing yourself of that. So there's just a few different scenarios going on in there as well. But actually, what I'm hearing is it could open up with it could actually open up, and it probably will for a lot of yous. And I'm hearing something about some of you are probably needing, requiring to, or looking at, or thinking about taking some steps, like an exit plan and an entry plan into something else, okay, or whatever it is. And that's a wise thing to do. And what Spirit is saying. However, some of you have been doing that like forever, or for quite a while. And not all of you, but some of you. So depending on where you are on the scale of this reading or the messages and the story that's unfolding today with this reading, just like as I always say, is just this is a general reading, and the messages that do come through. So just take what does and leave what doesn't. Okay, don't try and make it fit, because what doesn't fit right now may be more something that's coming up in the near future. Okay, and you'll be able to make more sense of it. And then and sometimes we're not in the right space to understand it. So it may be it might come to you. In a couple of hours or a couple of days, what they mean by it, or the way that I've explained it, or the Spirit have helped me to explain it, what is meant by that. So don't totally throw it out. So what I do suggest, however, is to check out what your other signs are. So because this is, for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in Virgo, and Virgo may be your sign in one of those. So welcome everybody, all you Virgoians, whatever sign Virgo falls under for you. Okay, so it may be your sun sign, it may be your moon sign, maybe your ascending sign, and it may be your Venus sign. So for you, so who knows? So like I say, receive. Be open to receiving what does resonate for now, and even what doesn't. So because it could be something, like I say, that may more so come out. So we're going to do like a mind, body, soul spread today, and I've got the Dragon Fae cards, and they're wanting to come out this month to share their beautiful energy and messages in here as the overall energy for the month and across each side. So we'll just see what comes out. So we have 4 that will come out, I'm sure, very soon. So as I'm shuffling, so I'm just hearing that even with me, things are changing with the way that I do things as well. Okay, I just really want to put that there. Oh, I haven't got my camera situated in the place here where I thought it was going to cover everything. So anyway, the first card out is Open Your Heart with Lady Grianne. Okay, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. And then we have Fernia, which is, I'll just need my glasses for that one, which is our clarity on a physical level, okay? And then we have, let's see who else comes out. So Lady Grianne or Grian, there's two there. And the blue lady, nothing is impossible. The spiritual flow. And love each other with the Lover's card on the soul level. Okay, so which is really interesting, Virgo there. They're always interesting how the cards fall out. So let me see what comes out with a tarot here. Open your heart on the mind level. So that's beautiful. I love that one. So we have the Ten of Pentacles and we have the World, okay, coming through. Now they were in reverse, but I'm just thinking and feeling that I've shuffled these up in reverse anyway. So for me, I'm not going to place them in reverse. So to me, it's quite obvious that they're not meant to be in reverse. So there are maybe some things that are coming up for you that, you know, quite obvious that are not meant to be there. So what I'm hearing is like, don't take them on board. It's just like, maybe park them up and see. There is probably a reason why they've come, why whatever has turned up and come up, but it's maybe not knowing right now. And so don't let it throw you off track. Don't let it, I'm hearing don't discard it, but just put it aside and be whatever. It will come to fruition what their purpose is or what the meaning is for that, why it's popped up, whatever it is. It could be a person, it could be a thing, you know, an object, it could be, okay, attitudes. I'm hearing from people, from yourself that has popped out. Okay, so here we go, Lady Grian here in the heart center side of things. Oops, I'm going to have to go from that way. That's where I'm going. And there, and there, and there, and there. Okay, whoa, that's come out really quite quickly, which is really cool. So yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. So I kind of feel like we were in the current energy, just in lining it with these other ones here, you know. Because I just wanted, for some reason, I'm just drawn to read these out again. So open your heart on the mind level. Clarity level is in the physical level. So nothing is impossible on the spiritual level, and love each other, the lovers, on a soul level. So when I'm relating to, and this is where they're going with that, when I'm relating this Ten of Pentacles is there, it's like opening your heart to family. So while the Ten of Pentacles is there and it's like there's happy families, everything is like grounded and it's coming together or come together for this part of the process, for this part of in this cycle where you're going through now. It's like you've worked really hard to gain, you know, to bring everybody together, to bring things together, not just financially, but also, you know, career-wise, trying to, like, you know, I feel like, because I was just showing me from, you know, rob from Peter to pay Paul and blah, blah, blah at times. But there is a nice family blend and something's coming together with you, Virgo, or for you. So it's like enjoying the moment. So, and then letting your mind say, oh, this, you know, letting your mind enjoy it forever. And not saying, oh, this can't be true or something like that. So here, what I'm hearing is that this is like just too unbelievable that it's true. And it is true. Because, you know, and what I'm hearing is like just keeping that positive flow when you're saying that and saying that, yeah, this is actually true. I'm so proud of myself from the journey that I've come through to help create this, or be a part of the piece of the puzzle to create this, you know, or a part of the piece of the journey, you know, a part of the journey, you know, a piece of the journey that's come to create this, and that I've allowed to myself to let others to come in and help me create it, so as well. So what I'm hearing is like there's a nice, you know, family security and stability and foundation that you've built now, or you're still continuing to build, or you've got to a space where, yes, I know where I'm going, or I know, yeah, and this is what I've achieved, and I know I've achieved that. And it's like, so you've built that, got that foundation. Now it's growing on it more and more and more and more. So some of you, I feel like this could be to do with a business, a venture, and maybe that for some of you, I feel like there's like you've maybe bought all the done all the research and done the groundwork to, you know, in order to launch a project. Okay, that's where I'm hearing for some of you, so that could be there for you. And it's like but now also bringing in the family, like you've got the family side sorted out now, and it's like now, I have, the kids are a little bit older, blah, blah, blah. I've got help to do this, and it's my support system is around me. I can actually, like, mentally and emotionally allow myself to go forth with this venture, okay? And then because here on the physical level, and, there's this clarity, it brings you more clarity that actually I can walk that walk now because the world is there, the world is my oyster, and I have to do it, okay? So now I feel like the energy is telling you, now you can take, you can, or you could have before, but might have been a little bit different circumstances. But in some of yous, it is like literally, I can take that step now, and for whatever reason, it's like you're just ready to go now. Things that start to come together for you, where you've got more of that, more of an understanding and more of a belief system in yourself and confidence in yourself that, yep, I can do this now more than what I thought I could actually now, and I'm ready to move. Because then we have the Six of Pentacles here on the spiritual level here, and it's like nothing is possible. So there is, and I feel like you've proved yourself in the sense that, and the universe has proved to you, because the Six of Pentacles is about, the way you may have had a setback, or you may have seen everything or a lot of things as a setback financially, as well as being in the family situation, but also like energetically as well, because I see, the Pentacles as, not just like financial, exchange, but, or money exchange, but also energetically exchange, and how much energy we put into or not of things, towards things, with things. But also it can be about health situations as well. So there's something that's like working out where now you are maybe feeling like you're able to balance things, and you're in the sense that, being able to give back to something or someone that is given back to you. And also it could be the other way around for you. It may not necessarily be what you would like to give or receive, but it's like it's the gratitude there. It's being thankful, but there's a bit more balance there. Okay, was what I'm hearing from that. Okay, and on all sorts of levels there. So you can, like, you're seeing it not more now, because then we have the Page of Cups here, and the Lovers and the Soul area here. That's in the this could be like. The intention when I reset it is like, this is like the current energy. So it may have been on saying that, maybe in the recent past, you may have flowed through this. So it could be more, in the distant past, the recent past. Gosh, there's a lot of things going on in my mind. These are just coming through. So it could be like recently which you may more understand about it. But the Page of Cups is the new, emotional beginning, in the sense that you're seeing things, you're feeling things, and maybe even your intuition is flowing differently because you've moved through some things. And I feel like for some of you, it's like, love, love each other. It's like you're more open, maybe open your heart now, because on a soul level, it may not have been open up, before, as open as what it is now. And you may be opening it up just that little bit more, or a lot more, depending on how you see it. But definitely your heart's been opened up, and emotionally, but also intuitively, which opens up all other parts of us intuitively as well, where we, so we can sense things and hear things along the way in our lifetime. But moving on into the Page of Wands, because you're doing this other internal work there, the Page of Wands, it's allowing yourself to feel more able and think, and be able to be open, and the way that you're thinking about things, to take some, a new step, take some action in towards, something that you're wanting to create and do on a business level, or on a physical level in some way or form. It could be a project that could be bringing in some money. It could be a project where you're thinking about, like, maybe buying a house or starting a family even. So, or moving into a business venture, because in the background you'll see the pyramids in the background there. So there is some growth there. It's just like taking, or beside you. It's not necessarily back behind you. This is like in the side, and it's kind of like to the fore as well. So there's something that taking a leap of faith in a way, but taking the next step towards something that you're really wanting to do. Because, on a physical level, that, you'll start to see with more clarity that, the waters are much more calmer, because that's what the Six of Swords about, and the way that you're thinking about things. And it's not as, you know, there's something moving there. It's like you've come out of this this space of, you know, feeling like there is a struggle mentally and emotionally. So there's something moving. You're able to make a move now, or you feel and you think you're able to make. But also I'm hearing like with this communication, there's like a new set of communication rules. Okay, you're setting a new set of communication rules for you because, or you're breaking something, a rule for you is like not to ask for help. But I feel like in this one, where they're going with it, it's about you've asked for help and somebody is helping you to take you away, to help you to move through, you know, these thoughts that you have in your mind. So, but on a physical level, so there may be somebody that is literally taking you away to, you know, to calmer waters basically, or to calmer somewhere where you can just like relax. Okay. And then we have here on the moon on a spiritual level. She's like talking about, and you know, I want to say the sun as well, because to me they're connected with the cycles in life, obviously. Somehow, I'm not sure who said that obviously, so somebody's being, there's a smart cheeky person here, but it's interesting, and I say that because the sun and the moon, and I've just noticed it, have both come out on a spirit and a soul level. So the moon, and I just about swapped them over, so the moon is talking about the fluctuations and or the fluctuation cycle in the, you know, and the highs and the lows, and you know, the ebbs and the lows, and the, you know, and the flow of energy, and that she offers to help us to sort things out, to bring out those that intuitive side as well, but to also like with the high priestess. So she's like, you know, bringing out those, helps us to bring out those secrets that we hold within, and on a spiritual level, on a physical level, on a mental and emotional level, as well as a soul level. Because, you know, sometimes when, you know, we're going through ordinary hell breaks, those at different parts of the moon cycle. So what I'm hearing is like listening to that, connecting to her, and you know, there's a shift in the perspective of that as well as for this journey here. Okay, I feel like some of you may have been like, you know, not fully, you know, like listening, but not actually taking action as listening in that sense. Because then we have the sun, so she brings you all this guidance here, the moon, you know, on a spiritual level, you know, or spirit may be talking to you, and you may be not just not doing it. So, you know, but this is about, you know, everything is possible, anything is possible, or nothing is impossible. Basically everything is possible either way, because then we have the sun, optimism, you know, and bright, and there's something about gifts that I'm hearing in there. You know, the moon and the sun and the moon, they bring all these amazing gifts that help us to shift our energy. But I'm just really drawn to the sun here, and the cloak or the cape that, you know, this one was wearing is red, and it's grounding. So there's a lot of vibrant energy in there. So on a soul level, but it's like, yeah, follow the sun, follow the light. Let the sun in and let the moon in to help guide you to where it is that you're needing to be going, and where your soul is talking to you to, you know, to, yeah, encouraging you to move, and not let these, you know, not let the illusions and the shadow side get in the way of you not creating the dreams, and you know, that you're wanting to create. So, you know, number 7 and the 7 of Cups is, you know, I feel like for me it's like, you know, this is a, you know, daydreaming and imaginations and, you know, visuals, but more imaginings and daydreaming in here. So sometimes, you know, those daydreams, you know, that we can be sitting on the bench and, or just, we have all these dreams, but we've got to take action, because then they just become daydreams and or fantasies in that sense. So until we take action and make them happen. However, I'm being more drawn to the shadow side, of the shadow aspect of the thoughts about them not being possible in this sense. So this is about open your heart to actually what is possible, not what is not possible, and allow yourself to move through it. Because then we have the Ace of Swords on the physical level. So somehow you must cut through your own bullshit and then like just get going and, you know, allow yourself to move forward in some way, or move towards, or move to the side, or whatever. Take some action, because like, you know, you're starting, there's a new journey in the way that you're thinking about things and your perspective, and maybe like you're letting go of all this other stuff. And here is the Hierophant. Now this is in reverse, so there is obviously something that some of you are not really taking into account, because this is about, going within in a spiritual. So there's a spiritual shift or a spiritual awakening that's coming through, and I feel like maybe some of you are resisting that or not seeing it for what it is, and you may have gone more to the logical side and so thinking it's this and this and that, but without going that little bit deeper, within, to actually get to the crux of what it is, because it may bring up something emotional, but that's all good, because that's what the moon does, works with our emotions and things like that. So, and brings out what, and shows us what is possible. There is nothing is impossible. It's like you are possible. 5, it's all about energy as well, connecting with your energy and finding that balance in that way. It's about, that conflict and change sort of energy that's going on there. So there may be some conflict and change in the way that you are seeing things or feeling things spiritually. So it's maybe you're needing to go within a bit, so that, this journey, this part of it might take you into that spiritual journey there, like that. And so you may on a spiritual level be, on a soulful level be like, because this is, there may have been a setback, so that may be to do with not so much money for some of yous, or in that sort of sense, or financial income or whatever that. So some of yous may have had an issue with that, or a cycle that you've been through repetitive. But like I say, this card is about, the Pentacles is about family as well. So it could be to do with the family family structure that you've been brought up with in your lifetime, and it may be a repetitive cycle from, say, your parents, your mother, your father, your grandparents, and so on before them, the ancestral sort of healing that's going on there, and but in a family aspect and belief patterns and stuff, but also on a personal level as well. So there's something about that. There may be a lot of healing work to do with that, but this is about, love each other anyway, no matter what, sending love. It's not like you have to give your heart and be heartbroken, in that sense, that you throw yourself, at the wall or something like that to get that love, to open your heart to that sort of love in that sense. But this is about, loving each other, or love a person in that way. This is about loving each other with a universal love and the strength of God, Jesus, the angels, guides, the higher power beings, whoever it is that you aspire to, who is of the highest of beings and of the highest of realms, who have the highest and best of intentions for us, for one and all. So in connecting with that energy, because the here is on the physical level with the wands. Here we have the 7 of wands. It looks at something about being protective, putting some barriers up and boundaries up, and feeling like you may have to protect yourself, and for what you've already for what you already have, and what you've accumulated, or the journey that you've gone through now. So it's so there may be, there's a duality, there's two things going on there on a soul level that you may be working with at the end of the month, or coming into the end of the month. So this is about setting, what is it, on the shadow side, are you holding yourself off from obtaining or attaining, the success that you seek, that you want, that you seek, that you want, that you desire, that you deserve, that that is yours, if you want it, basically, and that you're wanting to, but you're wanting to move towards, and not letting those illusions or delusions get in the way that stop, from seeing something different to, something different, basically, because that's what I'm hearing, is stopping or not letting the delusion or illusion of your shadow side, of the negative thoughts about what is achievable and what is not for you, okay, in those dreams, aspirations, inspirations that have come to you, and that, and that you have, that have accumulated, because what I'm hearing is drawing back to what I was, about putting my glasses on that shelf. There's a lot of crystals, there's a lot of other stuff, they won't fit in there, but there are so many ideas in there that I'm getting that are there, or so much energy there, that you're wanting to put into something else, but it's just building up and building up and building up. It's what do I do with that? Well, it's about, processing it, going within, and here, and you know, allowing others to come in and help, but also taking those steps towards making things happen for you. Cool. Well, anyway, that was intense. Intensely amazing, intensely exciting. So, you know, this is about, you know, backing yourself, basically, Virgo, because there are so many things out there, and it's about, you know, this is kind of about not just pleasing yourself so much. It's like, in that sense, well, yes, it is, but it's more than that. It's like, I want to take that one. There's that Seven of Wands. So this is about you maybe are feeling a little bit protective, in a way, you know, you've accumulated work towards something, and you've taken action, and you're in a kind of a comfortable place, and there's still more work to do, but it's like, where to from here, you know, and on that sense, and you know, now I've just got to watch things grow and keep tending it and moving along and tending things. So there's a sense of, like I say, protection here and boundaries. So this is about, you know, creating boundaries. On saying that, with what I'm hearing, on another level, because, you know, it's boundaries about how far or how much you give or receive, give, you know, energy, spend money or whatever, and where you're putting it. Does it, you know, and in the sense of being mindful, but being careful, but not being tight, but being mindful about where I'm wanting to use the word expenditure is going. So when they're talking about that, it's across the board, not just financially, because our energy can get spent when we, like, you know, when you're working toward, you help somebody, but we can over help somebody, and we become an enabler in the end sometimes, you know, when we overextend the olive branch too much and our energy gets used up, or we allow our energy to get, you know, used up too much. So this one here, and on a physical level, look, the King of Wands. So is taking action. He's out there, he's like being the leader. Like, this is the physical stepping up to the plate. So whether you're a female or a male energy, it's like not so much letting your guard out, but he's worked through that. It's like taking the next step. This is kept into that space. So getting your, in a way, this being mindful of that, but getting your mind out of that, not being too, and moving on. Woohoo! Moving on. See what else now. What else we got here for the sign of Virgo? So what are these cards now? I can't remember which ones. I think I've got this one out. So the Empress. So there's, you know, like a new beginning there. Absolutely a new beginning with the Empress there. So fertility, something's growing. Not quite there yet, but something's coming up. So this is like, in a way, in the overall finalizing energy, like this is what could be. So it's like, it is setting boundaries. It's not so much being overprotective, but being mindful about, you're protective too of what you have achieved and for the steps that you have taken, but keeping on moving, and, you know, physically, physically into that King of Wands, and creative and spontaneous, but spontaneity, that, yeah, and but also, what I'm hearing is, you know, that's the energy of where he is, because I keep hearing Sagittarius. So there may be a Sagittarius that's linked to you, some of you. That expansion and that charismatic sort of energy there that you have, and utilizing it, and to, you know, for these physical steps that you're needing to take to accomplish what it is where you're wanting to go, because something is beginning, you know, something is quite, the energy is there for you to take hold of, and even on a physical level, but all on a mental, emotional level, but the way you're thinking about it and communicating as well. It's all there. And it's beginning to come, it's beginning, because to come to space, come to fruition there, because everything is possible. Nothing is impossible. So there's a new beginning there. And then we have the Two of Wands. So, you know, the Two of Wands, there's something, you've taken that step. So, or taking a step, you know, if you've taken a step and you're into it now, it's like you're searching or looking out into the beyond now, into realizing that actually the world really is out there for me, because the Empress there, new beginning, fertility, the King of Wands is like pushing you along, giving you that energy there. Then we have the Three of Pentacles, so something is in motion and working on a soul level, in that. So it's like you've just got to allow yourself to go there. So, but definitely something is on a soul level in the background. You're probably feeling it now. If I get my S into G or my A into G, shouldn't ask them to get too late, already said it. You know, things are there. So really, like, you know, this is about, it may not be, you know, it's taking those steps. It may not, you know, it's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. But it's taking the next step. You get the next step and the next step and the next step and the next clue and the next step and blah, 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 and so on. And then you start to become more confident with that, because you start to be more connected with yourself. And therefore the universe, and, you know, spirit in general, and, you know, and just your being of knowing of who you are, basically. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there for now with you, Virgo, with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement and adventure, and also prosperity and abundance. And I will be popping in from time to time during this month, and just to give some quick reads and some updates with where the energy might be at, to help you, you know, pump it through to the end of this month, and probably into the beginning of April as well. Yeah, anyway, all the best, and we'll see you in next week probably. Okay, bye for now.